strangers.
In our last series, we learned about when the Israelites were slaves in Egypt. They kept growing and growing until there were so many of them. Pharaoh, the ruler of Egypt, was not happy. So God planned a great escape for his people. So let's see if you can help figure out what these clues are.
So, a baby, a basket, and water. Let's put them all together and see what this story is about. Starts in Exodus chapter 2. Now a man of the tribe of Levi married a Levite woman, and she became pregnant and gave birth to a son. When she saw that he was a fine child, she hid him for 3 months. But when she could hide him no longer, she got a papyrus basket for him and coated it with tar and pitch. Then she placed the child in it and put it among the reeds along the bank of the Nile. His sister stood at a distance to see what would happen to him. Then Pharaoh's daughter went down to the Nile to bathe, and her attendants were walking along the river bank. She saw the basket among the reeds, and she sent her female slave to get it. She opened it and saw the baby. He was crying, and she felt sorry for him. "This is one of the Hebrew babies," she said. Then his sister asked Pharaoh's daughter, "Shall I go and get one of the Hebrew women to nurse the baby for you?" "Yes, go," she answered. So the girl went and got the baby's mother. Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Take this baby and nurse him for me, and I will pay you." So the woman took the baby and nursed him. When the child grew older, she took him to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. She named him Moses, saying, "I drew him out of the water."
To be trapped in a place you needed to escape? Maybe you were trapped in a cave or an underground tunnel or a fort. This month, we're talking all about escaping. We're going to hear from the Bible about a great escape God planned for his people. We learned last week about God's people, the Israelites, being trapped as slaves in Egypt. For many years, they lived in Egypt, and the Egyptians treated them very poorly. The Egyptian leader, Pharaoh, didn't like that the Israelites kept having babies and growing in numbers. He thought they might all grow up and rule over Egypt. So Pharaoh gave an order. He said all of the little boy babies of the Israelites should be killed. Moses' mom was about to have a baby, and she was afraid. She wanted to protect her baby. When she had the baby and saw that he was a boy, she named him Moses. She knew she had to protect him. She kept him hidden away for a few months. Then she made a basket for him and placed baby Moses in the basket. She put the basket in the river, while Moses' older sister stood by and watched. The basket floated down the river. It came to a place in the river where Pharaoh's daughter was in the river outside the palace bathing, and she noticed the basket. She got it and realized there was a baby in it. She knew she wanted to take care of the baby, so she saved him from the river. Moses' older sister was watching from afar, and she came forward and asked Pharaoh's daughter if she wanted her to go get her mother to feed the baby. Pharaoh's daughter said yes, so Moses' sister found Moses' own mother to feed and care for him, even though no one knew that this was his mother. Moses was allowed to grow up in the palace and was saved. God was with Moses. God sent Moses' mother, the Pharaoh's daughter, and Moses' older sister to help him. God puts people in our lives to help us too. God gives people to take care of you, teach you, forgive you, and talk to you about how great God's love is. We can thank God for putting those people in our lives.
Okay, so God put all the right people in Moses' life right at the right time, and he does the same thing for you. He'll put people in your life that will help teach you and help you grow, tell you about God, all of that, and that's because he loves us.
So guys, here's what we want you to do. Write down 3 people that's helped you in your life and get someone to help you. Add them to the comments below the video. So we would love to hear all about that.
Yeah, and speaking of love, we love you all and we miss you all. And we cannot wait to see you again.
Bye, guys.
Bye.